So now you're still with Teacher King David. So we're going to chapter 2, functions. When we say function, it is when you have two variables. For example, let's say a function, we say f of x equal to x plus 2. And you know that when you let f of x to be y, so y equal to x plus 2. So here we have two variables. We have independent and dependent. So where x is independent independent variable, x is independent variable, and y is dependent variable. So here I can say, like, let me say a kid of 5 years old. A kid of 5 years old depends on the parents or the family. That kid cannot provide that kid cannot provide anything for herself or himself. So meaning that that kid depends on the family. So which means that the kid can act as y because it is dependent variable. Then x will be the family. So meaning that here we have y equal to x plus 2. This x is independent variable, where y is dependent variable. So x is dependent. It means that y it varies according to the value of x. If x is increasing, even y will increase. But if x is decreasing, y will decrease. So meaning that y it will vary according to the value of x. So when does a function, f of x is a function, we call it a function, if and only if, we call f of x, we call it a function if and only if is one-to-one, or when it is many to one. So we call it a function when it is one-to-one or many to one. For example, let me take example. We have like that x, f of x equal to x plus 2. This is one-to-one. For example, let me show how it is one-to-one. This is domain, and this is the range. And you know that the range is outcome. So domain of this one is real number. So let's first use, let me use like negative 2 to 2. If I use negative 2, if x is negative 2, because it is this is the input. If x is negative 2, what is answer? Negative 2 plus 2 is 0. So if I use negative 1 plus 2, that is 1. If I use 0, I get 2. If I use 1, I get 3. If I use 2, I get 4. Let me stop from there. You see, it is one-to-one. One coordinate to another coordinate. One value of x to one value of y. One value of x to one value of y. One value of x to one value of y. That is one-to-one. That's what you call one-to-one. So let me give another example, like f of x equal to x squared. So this can be many to one. This will be many to one. Many to one. Because, let me take, give you also the same thing. I'll get choose from negative 2 to 2 as domain. Domain is input and the range is output. So let me use negative 2 to 2. What is value of negative 2? Negative 2 equal to 4. Negative 2 squared, that's 4. I use -1, -1 squared, that is 1. If I use 0, 0 squared, also 0. So let me use 1. 1 squared is 1. You see, they share the answer. Then 2. 2 squared is 4. You see they share what? So you see this is many to 1. So 1 to 1, -1 to 1. 2 to 4, -2 to 4. So that is many to 1. So the function, we call it f of x a function when it is 1 to 1 or many to 1. But when it is many to many, that's not a function, it is a relation. When it is many to many is not when we have many to many, that is not a function. That is relation, not a function. So when you have many to many, that is relation, not a function. We call it a relation, it is not a function. For example, let me take f of x equal to root x. F of x equal to square root of x. This is not a function, it is a relation. For example, let me see if it is not a function because it will be many to many. Let me use, this is domain, and this is range. Let us use 4, 9, 16. Those are enough, or even 25. So what is square root of 4? Square root of 4, it is plus or minus 2. Square root of 4, it is plus or minus 2. You know that square root of 4 is plus or minus 2. Square root of 9 is plus or minus 3. Square root of 16 is plus or minus 4. Square root of 5 is plus or minus 5. So mean that we have -5, we have -4, we have -3, we have -2, we have 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now, what is square root of 4? It will be -2, and even it will be 2. So what will be the square root of 9? It will be -3, and even it will be 3. What is square root of 16? It will be -4, and even it will be 4. So what is square root of 25? It will be -5, and even it will be 5. So when you have many to many, that's not a function, it is a relation. I think you are getting what is a function. A function, you can call it mapping. Also, a function is mapping. A function is also defined as, a function is also defined as mapping. When we say mapping, we also mean a function. Okay, let's see the types of function, many types of function. Types of function. There is what we call constant function. There is, number one, constant function. A constant function is when you have like f of x equal to a constant. You can call it constant function. For example, f of x equal to 2. You can call it a constant function. Also, because 2 is a constant, you can call it also what? A constant function. 2, we have linear function. Linear function. A linear function is when you have f of x equal to ax plus b. This is a linear function. For example, like f of x equal to x plus 2, f of x equal to 3x plus 1. Those are linear functions. So if you go to number 3, we have quadratic functions or second degree functions. We have quadratic or second degree functions. Quadratic function is when you have f of x equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. That's quadratic function. So then you can also have nth degree function, like third degree polynomial, first degree polynomial. You can have nth degree function. When you say nth degree function, that's like f of x equal to a n x power n plus a n minus 1 x power n minus 1, so up to a constant. For example, if I say first degree polynomial, if I say first degree polynomial, that means f of x equal to maybe 3x power 4 plus 2x, ax power 4 plus bx power 3 cx squared plus dx plus e. So that's what we call first degree polynomial, like that. So that's how, so after that, let us see exponential function, logarithmic function,